I'm Kate, this is Amy. In this workshop, we're gonna show you how to style out your entryway.
We're throwing a dinner party, and we wanna be a little dramatic because the party starts at the door. Your entryway is really the first time to make a big, beautiful impression on your guests.
Whether your entryway is big or small, there are so many things you can do to really make a big impact. Today, we're gonna show you how to create an entryway by using a few different elements. One is your main focal point, which is usually your biggest item. Two is light. You always wanna use a lot of light to welcome all of your guests.
Candles?
Oh, lots of candles, lots of candles. Third, we're gonna show you how to accessorize after that. So you'll have 3 different elements that you really wanna help create a welcoming entryway. All right, Aim, let's get started.
Here we go. The first thing you need to start with is your focal piece. And our focal piece for this entryway is this really large branch. Thankfully, my trees were being trimmed, and this fell into my yard, and Kate and I thought, well, that is meant to be. So we have this beautiful large branch, and it's going to frame the door, and we're gonna start there.
We're gonna use this basket to anchor our branch and be able to stand it up to kind of create a frame around the door, right?
Let's
And
do
you got
it.
that by yourself?
Well,
Oh, let me help you.
okay, grab that.
Okay,
Okay, whoa. There we go.
amazing.
Oh, is she pretty?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna get some wood, and we're using this as a tool to just start anchoring the base.
Yeah. And I'm gonna keep holding it while you put
Yeah,
the
I'm
wood
gonna do
in.
all the dirty work. You just, princess, you just hang in.
This is fun.
Yeah.
Wow. We are using this beautiful firewood, which worked really well in this big basket, but you can use bricks, you can use rocks. You just really wanna make sure that you wedge it in there really well so that as you do the rest of the design, it stays and it feels really sturdy. We feel really good about what we've done with the wood. So we went to the flower market and we collected these beautiful, really dark pieces of curly willow. Want a little bit more like fall feeling with this, so that's why we're using these colors and these tones. Depending on what time of year and what kind of entryway you want to create, go with what's seasonal, go with what's working for you at that time of year, because it'll just make it easier to even find those things.
Ooh, I'm liking that.
So we're gonna start there.
Because this is so graphic and simple, it's so pretty to just start, as we always say, break the lines. So we're taking these little curly bits and breaking the structure of the house to give it some whimsy.
All right. Let's see how this one looks. And I'm gonna kind of keep it a little forward and not totally up against the wall.
Yep, give it depth.
And then what we can really do to kind of really refine this, we just get some little pieces. I'm kind of obsessed with this. It's so pretty. All right, what do you think, Ames? Just a tiny
I'm
bit
loving
more?
it. Just,
yeah.
What if you put a piece? Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, there you go, that's it.
So now we have this beautiful moss, and what we're gonna do is not fill in the basket completely, but just sort of smooth it over in all the little pockets. So here is our basket. It's assembled, and we are loving what we have
Holding
here.
our focal point,
Holding
the
up.
branch. So this branch had nothing on it. It was just twigs. So Kate and I found some dried protea. We bought a couple bunches. We cut off the flower ends and hot glued them to the ends of the branch. So we're gonna hot glue a few more on.
By the way, you can obsess over this and keep adding and adding and adding. At some point, you want to keep stepping back and looking at it and making sure that you eventually walk away from this. Or you get hungry, whichever one happens first. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
I really like it. And what's so amazing is this branch was actually growing down, and when it was cut, we stood it up, and we saw more of this scape to it. So it's pretty cool.
I love that it feels windswept.
Now that we have our focal point done, let's go grab some stools.
Love it.
All right. Amy and I love stools. We thought we would incorporate a couple of stools, 1, 2, whatever works.
Yeah, it's just bringing some stuff from the inside outside. Use what you have. I really love this one. I love it with the basket.
It's so good.
So let's just say it
Let's
found
say
the
that
tone.
one. Okay,
Yeah.
that one's great there. And then out of these, I really love this one.
Okay.
And the reason why I love it is because it's longer, and so it'll actually give us an
that's true.
opportunity to put a couple of candles on
All
it
right.
instead of just one on these.
Place it
so,
here?
yes. Let's eliminate those two.
Oh, I love it, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That feels good,
I
right?
love the tonality. A little lighter, darker.
Right? Let's talk candles. Because you're creating something around your entryway, as people show up, there is nothing better than candles and lots of candles lit, welcoming people to your doorway. So we used rice in these votives to hold our candles in place, but you can use a lot of things. The other thing that's really convenient is sand.
Yeah. So this is where we play with heights. We don't want to put a super, super high one on this one, I don't think.
Nope.
But we could get a really high one to break this lip here. Maybe we do one here. That's looking really pretty.
So we have all of our candles placed. Not gonna light them just yet because we have one more thing to do, and that's choose a rug to bring the
A rug.
inside out.
Yes, and to pull your eye down, which will be really beautiful when you enter because you have all this beauty up and now you gotta add some to the bottom. Ooh, I kinda love that
You kind of
color.
loved this one, right? Oh, I love that.
I think
that's
that's
the
it.
one. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
Love this color.
But maybe just go like to here, and then we lift those
Yep.
candles up,
And it doesn't have to go all the way to the door
right?
because you're just creating some ambiance here. It's not a doormat. It adds some color, some texture, some warmth,
Yep.
and we're pulling the inside out.
Love it. It's
Like,
beautiful.
Welcome to our party.
Let's do it. Next, light the candles. Today we showed you how to create a really lovely focal point over your doorway and to make sure that you use other items to really soften that look. Then we did a lot of beautiful candlelight incorporating stools to give us some height variation. And lastly, we took a really beautiful indoor rug and we brought it outside just to create a little bit more of a cozier vibe.
And it really did. I
Right?
love it. And it was funny, when we were walking out, I realized first impressions are so important, and we've created that as your guests enter. But the last thing they see, they're
Yep.
coming back through this beautiful entryway, and it's the last impression. So I think we've achieved what we set out to do. Let's get this party started.
All right, I'm ready.